Hello beloveds, Britta GreenViolet here, and today I'm going to show you how to fold up and construct a zine, an 8-page zine such as this one that I created called Rose, Thorn, and Bud. Alright, here we go. So you're going to start with your 8.5 by 11 template that is all printed out. Then you're going to fold it lengthwise. And I like to have the fold toward me, the edges away from me, and you're going to line up the corners to the best of your ability. It's not going to be perfect, and that's okay, but it'll be pretty good. And then I like to hold it at the edges and then move toward the crease. So moving from the outside toward the crease to get a nice even fold, and then you can run a fingernail along the crease, or if you have something like I have my handy dandy sword letter opener that I have miraculously had for years and years, over a decade, long before I became enamored with the sword as an ally and symbol. You can use something like a letter opener or something not exactly sharp, but flat. Okay, so then you open it up again, and then you're going to fold it widthwise. And same technique with the fold. I find it easier toward me, moving from the outside toward the crease, starting with a fingernail if you got them, and then coming in with some kind of flat object that you can increase the crease with. Then you're going to open it up and fold it out so you can see your content. And then you're going to fold, again, I'm going to use the same technique, the crease toward me. You're going to fold it in half again so that what was half is now becoming a quarter lengthwise. And again, same technique, lining up the corners and the edges, holding it at the edge as you pull back toward the crease, creasing with your fingernail, grabbing something to help you make that crease nice and sharp. And then you'll do the same, flip it over, do it on that last quadrant, lining up the corners, holding it at the edge, pulling back toward the crease. Great, and then you'll open it out, and you will see that on this template, as with many zine templates, there will be a cutting line that is through the center of the document. And in this case, you could cut it with scissors, but I have been told and find myself that using scissors, especially since you've already been folding, could lead to cutting on one side or other of the fold. It might be a little tricky to get it exact. So I quite like bringing your nail or your sharp object, your dull flat object rather, to sharpen that crease again on both sides. And then you can tear it, and you'll want to, work it back and forth so that that crease is nice and sharp, and you've worked it back and forth so that it'll be nice and easy. And then when you go to tear, you'll put your finger on one side of the tear, and you'll kind of gently pull it away, guiding it just to that intersection right there. Then you open up the piece of paper, and you'll have this kind of mouth shape opening in the center. You bring it in so that that becomes a diamond. You press it together, and then you will take it and look for, in this case, the front and back cover, which I know the front cover says Rose, Thorn, and Bud. And then one more time, starting again from the outside, should be pretty easy because all your folds are already there. And you'll want to go in one more time with a fingernail, or having some kind of object is really helpful here. And working those sides, all four sides, one more time, just to get it nice and tight. Et voila, here is your sweet, tiny little book, also known as a zine.